Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brianne and this is Bree's Knits. Today what I have for you guys is probably been well anticipated for such a long time, and it is the Knit That series. So I have this for the Knit That Gilmore Girls season 2 and 3. I feel like the seasons are just not working well for me. I did it once and then I think my memory ran out, and then I did it again, and then when I looked back at the footage I just was not happy with it. So this time I hope that everything goes well. I've been wanting to get this video out to you guys for such a long time. You guys have been so patient. Thank you so much. Especially, you know, my first few months being pregnant, it just wasn't, I couldn't get my head around doing anything, much less filming. So this is, I'm sorry, basically. I'm sorry, it's long waited. I can't make any promises to when the next ones will come out, but I hope sooner rather than later. But I think a few feedback comments that I got last time was that you wish you could see like the comparison of the inspiration to pattern together. I tried a few methods and unfortunately I cannot do that for you guys. I tried just, you know, Netflix and then screen grabbing on my computer, and then I tried on my iPad, and both times the screenshots came up black. I think one of my friends had told me about it on the computer, and even then, like, I just thought, okay, if I have like a small screen and then I screen grab the entire screen, like it won't matter, right? No, as soon as you try to screen grab something on your computer, it just goes completely blank, and you don't see anything. And I mean, of course, it's Netflix protecting the copyright. I tried looking for specific scenes online to see if maybe there were stills available, and for these specific scenes that I have, there are not. I'm not doing like a Gilmore Girl, like Knit That Gilmore Girls, like Pinterest, like what's available online, which maybe I should, but just kind of going through what I'm seeing on Gilmore Girls and being like, oh, I think I've seen a pattern that looks like that somewhere, and kind of combining the two together. I'm really sorry, guys. I can't do that for you. I wish I could. I tried. I spent so many different hours like looking up how to be able to do that, trying different methods, and just nothing came up. I mean, I could take a picture from my phone onto the screen, but if any of you have done that, it does not look good, and I can't even imagine what it's going to look like once I put it onto the computer and then everything's compressed, and I just don't think that's going to be a good outcome for this video, and I don't think I'll like it. So all of that to say, I have 6 patterns for you guys today. 7 patterns for you guys today. So I am going to just jump right in. I'll have the patterns here. Let me see if I can just, there we go. I'll have the patterns here for you guys. I do, however, have timestamps available, so that way you guys can, if you have access to be able to watch Gilmore Girls, you're able to take a look there. Sorry, I need water a lot more often, but you're able to take a look. And I can kind of describe the scene to you. But yeah, I'm also going to be just looking at my notes because I can't remember a ton right now. Okay, so for the first pattern, I actually only have 2 patterns for season 2. But for the first pattern, I have the Fawn Poncho by Tiny Owl Knits. And this pattern is inspired by Fran in season 2, episode 8 at 7 minutes exactly. This is when Lorelai and Suki go talk to her about the dragonfly. They're at Weston's bakery and they're both like, who owns it? Or we heard you own it. What's going to happen to it? Do you want to sell it? What happens when you take a really long vacation in the sky, kind of thing. But she has a squirrel cardigan on. And when I saw it, it kind of reminded me of this poncho. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's taken a look at Ravelry or wherever you find your patterns and just constantly scrolling and then finding like the most niche things. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but definitely the Fawn Poncho kind of gave a similar vibe to that. The Fawn Poncho is, however, only available in a small medium or medium large size, and it is currently at $5.50 USD. If any of you guys see any patterns or know of any patterns that kind of give the similar vibe to Fran's cardigan, leave it down in the comments below so that way we can all have different patterns to think about when we, I don't know, sometimes you just want to have the same thing your favorite character in a TV has. I don't know if any of you guys like have, like if your favorite character is Fran, but I think she's pretty adorable, so why not? The next one is from season 2 as well, and it's the pattern is the Penny Jacket by Oshen Knits. This is inspired by Lorelai's red jacket. It's kind of like the corduroy jackets with the lining, and it's from season 2, episode 11 at 4 minutes and 51 seconds. This pattern is $7 and it ranges from a 30 to 52 inch bust. And like I said, that one is by Oshen Knits and it's inspired by just Lorelai's red jacket in general. So, but that's the timestamp if you'd like to see that. The next pattern I have is from season 3, episode 3 at 16 minutes 43 seconds. And this next pattern is inspired by Kirk. The pattern is called His Home Office by Hanson. And this pattern is $10 USD with a 31 to 75 inch chest circumference. It is a men's pattern, but honestly, I think I saw on Ravelry like other people knitting it too, so really not that big of a deal. It just reminded me a lot of Kirk, especially in that moment. Kirk kind of tends to wear this V-neck sweater. Typically, it is like a higher V. It's not such a deep V, so I thought this one worked perfectly for that. And then the next pattern is inspired by Jess, our favorite troublemaker, I think, for the most part. I don't know where you are on the teams. Are you Team Dean, Team Jess, Team Logan? I'm not really a huge fan of Logan. Never was a huge fan of Dean. Jess definitely grew on me, but I am also far too into his trope in movies and TV shows, not in real life, just in movies and TV shows. But anyway, so the next pattern comes from season 3, episode 5 at 38 minutes 58 seconds. The pattern is called Wind Whistles by Les Garcons. And it's the scene where Jess comes to Rory's rescue and helps her turn off the sprinkler system for her neighbor, I think it was. Otherwise, she was going to drown the grass. So he came to her rescue, and that one specifically is $10 USD. It's a 32 to 64 inch chest circumference. And I don't know why I wanted to give you guys as much details, but I think on this one I only wrote, this was the only pattern I wrote the yarn wait for, but I will just leave it out. And I will have a Pinterest link down below where you guys can see all the patterns and get linked to them to their Ravelry page. It's just easier for me. Also, I'm realizing I don't really know Ravelry that much. I only ever used it as a platform to purchase patterns, and a lot of the functions I'm barely now starting to use. So if there's an easier way to do all of this on Ravelry, let me know. I will look into it. I just find that putting them all onto Pinterest is easier for me. So that is that. The next pattern that we have comes from season 3, episode 8 at 22 minutes exactly. This one is the Cable Hooded Jacket by Debbie Bliss. And this is inspired by Rory. This is the episode when they were visiting Yale and they're walking around the campus. And this one is $10 USD. Comes in sizes, it's a 34¼ inch, 37¼ inch, 41¼ inch, 45 inch, 48 3/4 inch, and a 52 inch chest circumference. Wow, that's a lot of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6 sizes, but it seems like a lot of space in between both of them. But it is a jacket, so it doesn't necessarily close all the way. But I just thought that pattern, I think I've seen Lorelai, unless, you know, sometimes the lore is that they share, or Rory takes Lorelai's sweaters and clothes in general. But I think we've seen a cable hooded jacket from Lorelai before, and I just wanted to throw that in there again, just because it seems like the cables are the thing, but maybe it's not so cold that they need a full pullover, but they have the cardigan to just be warm just enough. So I just wanted to throw that in there. That one, did I say what that one was? Oh yes, that was the complicated sizing, or the weird sizing. The next one comes from season 3, episode 10 at 6 minutes 43 seconds. It's the Hudson by Julie Hoover. And for this one, I need to take a look at the pattern to see. Okay, so it is the Hudson pattern by Julie Hoover. It is, let me check the specs for you, $8, about $8.81 USD. There are 10 sizes. I think just in general, it kind of gives a similar vibe to what Lorelai wears when it's pretty cold for work, especially. So there's that one. And then I have one last one. When I put this list together, the pattern wasn't out yet. It is now. So now I will probably put the specs down below. It is the Eclair jumper by Penrose Knits, and it's inspired by Lorelai. It comes from season 3, episode 13 at 23 minutes flat. I do know there are a good amount of sizes for this one. Let me see if I can just pull it up here. I'm on Ravelry right now anyway, so okay. Or Eclair Raglan, sorry. This one is about $9.15 USD. We have 10 sizes available. And did I mention anything else for it? No, I think this one just, this pattern in particular just kind of encompasses Lorelai's wardrobe, especially, like I said, when it's cold, like the other pattern I just read out. There's just like definitely a lot of texture, a lot of cables mostly for them, and kind of the thicker turtlenecks, because it's definitely snowing, especially where they're filming in Burbank. Little California joke for you, because Burbank is super hot, but the setting is the northeastern area, so definitely the intention is supposed to be out and about when it's snowing or really cold, so it's a lot of thicker fabrics. But that is all I actually have for now. That is kind of what I think I've mentioned it before. I'm not really doing like a every time I see a knit, I'm going to try to find a correlating pattern for it because that would be a lot to look for. But this is what I have for season 2 and 3. I hope I can finally publish this one. I probably will. I don't see anything wrong with it so far, but I love making these for you guys. I really hope it's not too long until I make the next one. I'm actually already past season 4, but I need to go back definitely to take some notes for another video like this. So if you guys have any other alternative patterns that you feel like you've seen that kind of encompasses the same vibe as any of the scenes that I mentioned here, let me know in the comments below. I am more than happy to take a look, and then maybe you could share the love of different patterns with everybody. Bonus points if you've knit them before. I've never knit any of these. I've knit patterns by Oshen Knits, but I've never knit that specific one. It's just definitely, it's more like based on vibes. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.